the way that made us
Size puerta, umvemba. Zonse zimafuna kulimbika. Wake Panga zote kafike kutali we. Wake Chili chose chillin' in Tawi.
About to get started.
All right, cool.
All right, so you can start by introducing yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my name is Ronald Kambale. I would say I'm a businessman, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And my business is mainly insurance is one of them, and manufacturing, transportation, and printing.
All right.
Yes.
All right. You talked about insurance being one of your business.
Yes.
Can you briefly explain how you got involved in the insurance industry?
Yes. So I have been in the insurance industry for quite some time. I would say this is my 13th year.
13th year.
13th year.
All right.
From 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, my father is the one that started an insurance agency. Mm-hmm. He had worked for Nico for a long time.
Yeah.
For about 35 to 40 years. Mm. So after retiring in 2007, he thought of coming up with an insurance agency.
Okay.
So he set up an insurance agency in 2009 and then passed on in 2010.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. So basically, it was one of those where, because I've always been interested in business, I said, let me try this out. And because we were constantly talking about this business idea of coming up with an insurance firm, it's like the ideas came back to me, and we had all these crazy ideas of making it to a big level in Malawi, and so we had that spark.
Okay.
So to me, I said, let me just give it a try and see what goes on from there.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean my other businesses will stop, but at least I'll have something extra to do. Yeah, that's how it got started.
All right. How was that transition like? Your father as well being a well-known professional.
Yeah.
And then you being young at that time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think I was 17, 18. I was 18 at the time.
Yes.
So I had just graduated from Luana, where I was doing agriculture. Something so different from the current field.
Yeah.
So it's just basically maybe the passion of business that drove me into the insurance industry. But still, I had to start learning insurance. So I had to go back to school to learn more about insurance. So I started doing insurance now in 2011 and graduated as a chartered insurer in 2016. Yeah, so I think from 2010, we were an insurance agency, just representing Nico General Insurance Company.
Okay.
So we had been representing Nico for 8 years, from 2010 to 2018, when I applied for a broking firm. And of course, they actually denied. My first application was denied.
Okay.
I was too young to head a broking firm.
Oh, there's an age restriction for that.
There's an age restriction that goes with Reserve Bank. That's, a broking firm is much more bigger than an agency.
How old do you have to be?
At least 25.
Oh, okay.
Yes. For you to be a principal officer for a broking firm, you have to also have experience. So it's experience part of it, because you need to show that you know your stuff. So they give you an experience requirement of 10 years for you to register an insurance broking firm. So in 2008, I think I was only about 8 years into the experience plus it was 7 years. So it was denied.
Okay.
And besides the fact that I had already finished my insurance studies, got in my chartered paper.
Yeah.
So waited for another year or so. Then I got a license in 2020. That's when we started trading as a broking firm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What are the advantages of being an insurance broker?
Insurance broking is a big industry.
Okay.
It's just that here in Malawi, maybe the lack of knowledge is the one that limits us to know what it is about. But it's a big industry. It gives you the leverage to understand other industries.
Okay.
It gives you the leverage to understand how business works or business models being used in different areas. For example, as an insurance broker, on our side, we do insurances for I would say manufacturing companies. We do insurances for agriculture, commodity companies. We do insurances for filling stations, for shopping malls. So it's not just the vehicles or cars that people know about.
Yeah.
Yes, there's another area, complex side, engineering, contractors, all these roads that are being built in Malawi. You have to have an insurance broker that is placed to understand the risk surrounding that road construction.
Yeah.
So you are certainly supposed to know what risks or what might happen. For example, there might be a stone flying from a machine that is operating on the site to your windscreen. Who do you go to? And what is it that the contractor is supposed to do? Because that is already a cover on its own, contractors all risk. So it has nothing to do with motor insurance now. You can fall down in ShopRite. And just because you did not see a sign that says wet flow, it gives you leverage to actually sue ShopRite if you have to sue. So that's public liability. So there are all these covers. Even if you eat something that gives you a problem, stomach problem from any restaurant, that's product liability. So it goes on and on and on. There's so many covers. Just simple fires, even in factories. Workers' compensation. All those policies. They need a scrutiny, someone that scrutinizes them and also knows the value of the current market price for everything, to put everything in order and align that to make sure that it matches the spectrum of the cover that you're giving the client.
All right.
Sure.
All right. And in Malawi, the insurance penetration rate has been incredibly low for quite some time.
True.
Now, from your perspective, what do you think are some of the reasons why the rate is so low?
Okay, so insurance in general depends on a value chain. There's a proper value chain that actually promotes the insurance industry. So if the country is constructing, for example, it's manufacturing products, it's sending out products, there's that value chain that happens. So let's say we are employing people. We have big manufacturing companies, 1,000 plus employees already. Just from that side, workers' compensation will need to cover that. So Malawi is not producing. Malawi is not doing anything in terms of generation of income at a low level. Insurance is seen as a luxury. Okay, that's the reason why it's the same clients. Actually, we rely on top 5 clients. ESCOM, same Genco, same clients. There's no new business coming into the industry. So at the end of the day, the low penetration comes in because we have to fight for the same client. So if we fight for the same client, everybody is going to be willing to undercut. Because people are coming in to say, no, your friends offered this price.
Which is usually low. Very low.
So for you to get that business, you have to offer a lower price. So that is the main area. And that's why the industry is not growing. There is no proper setup. The way the country is at the moment, the economic setup of the country at this point in time is in bad shape. So it's only a matter of time that maybe we get to a level where people can afford insurance. But at the moment, insurance is struggling in Malawi. We are not really doing as much as we should. And as an industry where we are supposed to be promoting literacy, even we cannot do that because we need money for us to, sensitize and tell people about insurance. So we are at a very bad shape when it comes to the industry. That's why there's low penetration. Only if manufacturing industries are improved, transportation of commodities is improved, we have a proper agriculture system being set up. I heard about the mega farms. Maybe that can help to push. But at the government level as well, the government needs to also step in. They need to step in and push for companies that do come to Malawi to at least support Malawian-owned insurance broking firms. Because we do have other broking firms that are not from Malawi. They do survive this test of time because they are coming from out there and their investment portfolio is bigger than ours, coming in from a local setup. So we cannot compete. We cannot compete. They have more staff, they have more equipment, they have more, leverage in terms of what they can do to the client or with the client than we can at a local level. So even from our side, we just hold on to what we already have. Until maybe the market can improve, and then we move on from there.
All right. Sure. What areas of growth do you see, like especially in Malawi for the insurance industry? From your experience, what areas have been growing fast? The type of insurances that have been growing.
It's the same insurances of motor insurance covers. Yeah, of course, the government stepped in to say almost every company needs to have workers' compensation cover, pensions cover. So basically, workers' compensation tried to push, because at least every factory that we have that makes soya pieces, we have those factories by the Indians in Rimbi. At least everybody's trying to get into workers' compensation. But basically, it's the same third-party covers that we have as covers in Malawi. Apart from that, there's nothing else I can say that is growing. Professional indemnity. Of course, also the government said, lawyers association said all lawyers need to have professional indemnity. So at least lawyers are buying professional indemnity. Engineers on the construction of roads that have been built. That's the only penetration that we have at the moment, and that's the only direction that almost every insurance broker is trying to get into. So there's now we are trying to fight for the same business again. The same thing, circle going back and forth. Yeah.
All right. Sure. Cool. And you talked about your other entrepreneurial endeavors.
Yes.
Yeah. What keeps you going as an entrepreneur?
At the moment, I wouldn't say insurance is the one that keeps me going, because insurance in Malawi now is dwindling. Yeah, we're in a very bad state. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and asked me how I survive, considering that the insurance industry is not really improving. We are going down every year. The numbers, like you said, there's low penetration. We're going down as an industry. So from my side, because I'm also an agriculture person, so I found and I tried as much as possible, to do other businesses, supply electronics, wherever I can. I make cement blocks. I have a small factory here in Blantyre. We're trying to push for the long way. So we make cement blocks, have a print shop in the long way. That's what, there's that. So at the end of the day, I don't have to look forward to getting money from my insurance business. I just leave it to grow, or at the moment, leave the way it is, and see if we can, gain from other businesses. I think the economies of scale really helps for any entrepreneur right now that knows how business needs to be. They're actually gaining more from having multiple businesses than just one. Because if I was to be honest with you, if I only had one business, I think I would have closed down. Yeah, that's the honest part. We would have shut down way back. Yeah.
It's very important to have multiple streams of income.
It actually helps. It actually helps. Multiple income for an entrepreneur. That is the only way. Anywhere in the world. The more you learn, and I would say that it's because of the insurance industry, because I think the insurance industry also opened me up to knowing where money is coming from in Malawi. It's the same thing as, let's say you own a bank. The way these guys are. So if you own a bank, you know who makes the most deposits. Automatically, you know which businesses. If you to venture into a business, you know which businesses to do. So it just gives you that insight to say, if I was to go into business, let me not do this because these guys are struggling to pay my premiums. Let me better do this because that is where the money is coming from. So I also read a book once that said, for every country to operate, you need at least these three industries: the manufacturing, agriculture industries, and the transport industry. These industries have to be very functional. So if you have bad roads, the way Malawi is right now, you can't make money. You can't make money. True.
All right. The agricultural side of things now. What agricultural products are you farming?
Currently, I was last year I did maize and soy. We call it soya locally. But I understand on the international market it's called soy. Soya and maize and groundnuts. A few hectares, not a lot, but I'm trying to push for more because we have to eat. Everyone has to eat.
Everybody eats.
That's the only thing. We and even Kamuzu Banda said it that we after independence, everybody has to go back and get a hoe so that we go to the farm. That is the only way we are going to improve anything in this country. We have to be able to farm, and we have to be able to transport our farm produce outside maybe the country so that we can also gain for it. Because that is the struggle that we have. Even if you have money right now, you need to be able to get something from outside. So that forex exchange situation that we're going through, is bringing in problems.
Yeah.
And everything is rising. The prices are, extremely, we can't really do much as it is for a country. And I know most of my friends have already gone out of the country.
Yeah.
It's because of how the country is. I don't blame them.
No, you can't blame them.
No,
it's tough. It's tough.
No, it's tough. It is tough. It is tough. Yeah. So from what I found last year, this year I'm trying to push into rice and see how that grows, because that is where there's another area that's another area of agriculture that we need to do more. There's an intake of rice almost everywhere in the world. There's an intake of rice in Zambia, in South Africa, in Zimbabwe. Most of the rice that those guys have comes from Malawi. The Kilombero the rice is one of the best in the world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sure.
And the construction. How's the construction industry growing in Malawi?
Construction at the moment, of course, it's the same business model where you have to give someone something for you to get this.
It's crazy.
That is how Malawi business model is. But I when it comes to construction, I work for an NGO, Foundation to Build.
All right.
As their country director. I didn't say that, but I had an NGO from Netherlands. It's called Foundation to Build. So we construct in different areas. We have hospitals. We construct in schools. So what we strike for is funding from outside countries. We call ourselves construction for non-profit. So we don't really make profits like any other construction company does. We construct at no profit at all.
Okay.
And we have that expertise that comes in from Netherlands that we have towards our any construction. We did a construction in Limbi, COVID period, as Limbi Healthy Center.
Yeah.
We had a construction in Ndirande Healthy Center as well, COVID period. So that's another job that I have as a volunteer. I'm a country director for Foundation to Build. Okay. So that is mainly the construction side. And I would say, on my side now, I have to supply blocks to the non-making profit business. So it's not as profitable as it is because now it's more of a charitable work.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sure.
And you also talked about printing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a print shop in Lilongwe. So that has been there for like 3 years now. Yeah. So that's normal business. I think in every country, printing is, even though it's phasing out, that's scary because we're going into the digital era.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say it's an okay business for one to start if you have to. Yeah, so you just need to have the machinery ready. And I always tell entrepreneurs that the businesses that we are now pushing into, we should borrow a leaf from these Chinese guys that come in. You see how these Chinese will come here and set up a print shop, a big print shop, and they'll make more money. It's basically because we have opportunities in this country. Not to lie, we have a lot of opportunities in this country. There's a lot we can do. There's money to be made in this country. We are just not utilizing the opportunities, maybe because we don't have the financial muscle for the opportunities that we have. But everyone that comes in from another country that has muscle to survive in Malawi usually makes double, maybe even in a year, of what they invested. Okay, it's because of the financial muscle that comes with these guys, the Chinese and the Indians, and all these guys that come into the country. They are exploring the same opportunities that we've always had, and they strike them head on with big investments. And it's very easy for you to make money in Malawi. That's what I would say. Very easy. As much as it is hard to start, but it's easy to make money in Malawi if you have money.
Yeah.
That is the only struggle, to have money and to make that money. Because for you to make money, you need to have money. Yeah. So I always say, if you see these guys coming in, the Burundis, they're doing the same thing. There's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. Actually, it's just us that we Malawians are lacking on maybe knowledge on how to execute businesses or business plans. That is it. But otherwise, we have so many opportunities. So many.
And for someone watching right now that's inspired by the multiple endeavors that you're doing, what would you tell them?
Give it a try.
Give it a try.
You
just gotta go for it.
Yeah, go for it. It's not going to be a smooth ride, because even when I started, just the insurance business alone, I tried to quit sometimes. I think for maybe 5-6 times I tried to quit. Yeah, because it gives you a headache. You we would want to say you're better off doing this business than this business. But then we learn every day. You have to push every day. You know, it's not an easy ride. Even here in Malawi, I think our entrepreneurship level is very low. You know, on entrepreneurship level, even just to gain access to have a tax clearance certificate from MRA, you need to have knowledge on how your accounting has to go. So it gives you headache. It can actually stop you from having a business idea. Just looking at how it needs to, you know, just looking at the process for you to set up a business. You can lose the idea itself. You know, I was in Zambia the other day because that's where we're trying to transition to. We are trying to set up that side. It's very easy for you to get it, you know, tax clearance. Just go on the counter and they'll print it out for you. You don't have to do all these applications that we do here. They've made everything so easy that you don't think twice. You know, you just have to have the money, you pay, you get your certificate, and you can start your business just right there and right there. For you to do that, same thing in Malawi, it's a process. Everything goes through a process. For you to get Forex, just to order stuff outside the country, process. For you to get your passport, wow. I applied for my Malawian passport in January. Until now, I haven't gotten it. You know, I had deals to do in South Africa. I had deals to do in Zambia, Lusaka. I couldn't because, well, I can't travel. You know, I had deals to do in Dubai. I couldn't go. Passport from January to now, this is July. Same story, we don't have books, you know. So I don't blame people that go out of the country, but there's an opportunity to be made here. Because what will happen is if you go outside the country and make your money, say you have 50 million Malawi kwacha, you would want to come and invest in Malawi because that is not a lot of money outside.
No, it's not.
But if you do take that money here, you're going to make double in a year. Because those are the chances. We have more chances here in Malawi, and we have more business opportunities here in Malawi than anywhere else in the world. That's why all these guys are flocking in, you know, and they do make their money. I'll tell you that for a fact. They do make money. Malawi has money, a lot of money, and opportunities are there. For sure.
Thank you very much for your time.
Definitely.
We'll definitely be having you again.
Definitely. Would love that. All right, thank you.
Zonse zimafuna kulimbika Wake Panga zote ukafike kutali we Wake up